are good humans in the world. And only when you step out of your comfort zone, you will see how much and how big the world is.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं अनुष्का तिवारी नवभारत से आपके साथ और आप सभी का मैं स्वागत करती हूं। नवभारत ने महिला सशक्तिकरण के लिए एक कैंपेन लॉन्च किया है जिसका नाम है सुपर वुमेन। तो आज मेरे साथ एक सुपर वुमेन है निवि सेल्वाराज। आप और आइए सुनते हैं उनकी कहानी उन्हीं की जुबानी। तो निवि जी, मैं चाहूंगी दर्शकों को आप अपना इंट्रोडक्शन दें।
Namaskar, Anushka. I'm Nivi Selvaraj. I'm a travel blogger from Bangalore. So I started my career as a marketing professional, and currently I'm a travel blogger as well.
अच्छा, तो निवि जी बताइए, मार्केटिंग फील्ड से आपका ट्रैवल ब्लॉगिंग की फील्ड में कैसे आना हुआ, क्या जर्नी रही आपकी?
When I started traveling in 2015, my first travel, I think I fell in love with the concept of travel, the whole experience, meeting people, visiting places, knowing their culture. So it just hooked me on to travel. And then I started my website की 2016 में start किया था. But then it took almost a year for me to grow from there. And the journey has been good. So that's how it started. It started small, but now it's in a good place.
तो निवि जी ये कहना चाह रही हैं कि आपको अच्छा लगता है लोगों से मिलना, घुलना, कल्चर्स के बारे में जानना, अलग-अलग कल्चर्स के बारे में समझना, सुनना। तो आपने सबसे पहली बार जब कभी सोलो ट्रैवल किया होगा तो क्या डेस्टिनेशन रहा होगा? कौन सी जगह रही होगी?
So I went for a first solo trip to Rajasthan. I did like a 12-day trip to Rajasthan. That's where it all started. Before that, I used to travel with friends. But then I thought, okay, let's just try. And Rajasthan to बहुत sundar hai. So it has a lot of things. I visited Jaipur, I did Udaipur, Jodhpur, Jaisalmer. So it gave a very different experience. And then I started traveling everywhere.
अच्छा, ओके। तो थोड़ा कुछ क्या होता है, जैसे कोई पहली बार अकेले ट्रैवल कर रहा होता है और इतनी दूर इतने दिनों के लिए ट्रैवल कर रहा होता है, तो आपके मन में क्या थॉट्स थे, क्या ख्याल थे आपके मन में कि यार मैं जा रही हूँ, क्या होगा, कैसे होगा, मतलब हाउ विल आई मैनेज, कैसे क्या थॉट्स थे आपके मन में?
So obviously there was a fear because first time when you're traveling solo, this will happen to all the people, all the women who also travel solo for the first time. There will be an excitement, but there will also be fear. That though it happens, but then I think planning becomes very essential, and sharing your contact as in like wherever you stay, making a list of the contact details and sharing with your family is very important, because these are certain basics. When you travel solo, you never know how the safety quotient is. So keeping all this in mind, at least if you share your contact with your parents and friends, they will at least know when to reach out. If your number is not reachable, they can at least call the hotel log and check, is she all right? Where is she and stuff. This has helped my parents a lot. I was in Jaisalmer for 2 nights, and there was no network in Jaisalmer. So my parents got really worried and they called up the hotel. Since I went with the hotel people, they said, no, she's safe. She will come back safe. So this was the initial thing that I did. But with time, I think people will learn from their mistakes also.
हाँ, तो जैसे कि आप बता रही है कि बीइंग अ वुमन, मतलब एक औरत होने के नाते बहुत सारी चीजें देख के चलनी पड़ती है। तो जैसे आपकी तरह काफी सोलो ट्रैवलर्स हैं जो कि औरतें भी हैं, और इस फील्ड में सोलो ट्रैवलर्स बीइंग अ वुमन आजकल काफी दिखने लगा है, क्योंकि चेंज हो गया है काफी कुछ। तो आप उनको क्या एडवाइस देना चाहेंगी, बीइंग एन एक्सपीरियंस्ड पर्सन?
My advice for all the solo travelers, solo travel women out there, will be to just go out, have fun, follow your instincts, and try being safe. If see why I said instincts though is very important is sometimes it is just your intuitions will tell you, okay, maybe this person is not the right guy to speak to, or maybe someone is following you, then immediately go back to the hotel. Follow a timeline, like see, it depends on the place you travel. See, for example, if you travel in India, just understand the surrounding. Maybe the place that you're going shuts down at 9:30. So get back to the hostel by 9. Don't stay out till 10:30. You don't have to be, okay, now I'm out, I will do everything. So थोड़े तो slowly, धीरे धीरे तो if you take it, I think it's good enough.
तो निवि जी, आपका ये कहना है कि सोलो ट्रैवल करने से आत्मविश्वास बढ़ता है एक औरत के अंदर, एक आदमी के अंदर? लाइक इट्स जस्ट अ जनरल क्वेश्चन.
What exactly was the question?
सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ता है जब आप, लाइक माय क्वेश्चन इज कि क्या हमारा सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ता है जब हम सोलो ट्रैवल करते हैं, बीइंग अ बॉय, गर्ल, वुमन, मैन?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it builds a lot of confidence in you. Because you believe in yourself, and the most important thing is when you do a solo trip, you will learn a lot about yourself, because you are in a new place which is completely out of your comfort zone, and you will meet a lot of new people also. So you will learn not just about yourself, you will know how to judge people, you will know whom to trust and whom not to trust, and you will be a good decision maker. So with time, it will build a lot of confidence, because you will be able to manage your money, right? Let's say you go on a trip for 5,000. So within that 5,000, you have to manage your travel, food, stay, which means over a period of time, you will become an expert with saving and knowing where to spend and where not to spend. So these are some of the, let's say, benefits of solo travel, apart from building your confidence. So yeah.
तो दर्शकों में बताना चाहूंगी कि निवि जी यहाँ पे ये कह रही थी कि बीइंग अ वुमन, मतलब एक औरत या आदमी, आप चाहे कोई भी हो, सोलो ट्रैवल करने से आपके अंदर आत्मविश्वास की वृद्धि होती है, और साथ ही साथ आप एक्सपर्ट बनते जाते हैं कुछ एक चीजों में, जैसे कि होटल कैसे बुक करना है, या वहाँ कितना टाइम है, कैसे पहुंचेंगे, कहाँ से ट्रैवल होगा, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम कैसे हम जानेंगे, वहाँ का रोड मैप्स कैसे करेंगे. तो निवि जी ये कहना चाह रही हैं आप लोगों से कि बिल्कुल करें, जाइए, सोलो ट्रैवल कीजिए, और औरतों को बिल्कुल सामने से कूडोज दे रही हैं कि नहीं, आप लोग जाइए और ट्रैवल कीजिए और सशक्त बनिए. तो निवि जी, एक और सवाल मेरा आपसे ये है कि आपको इस जर्नी को स्टार्ट करते वक्त किसने क्या मतलब सपोर्ट किया, कैसे सपोर्ट किया, कहाँ बैक सपोर्ट आपको कैसे आया, मुझे जरा बताइए.
Family is the back support always. That said, so when I initially wanted to travel solo, I called up my parents, and I thought my mother will freak out, my mother will get scared, and it will be my father who will be supportive. But it was my father who was worried. He was like, "Arey, why will you travel solo? India pe, if you travel solo, is it safe?" And all these things. My mother was very supportive. She said, "Hey, go and do it," because being a woman, she always wanted to push me to achieve better. So she gave me a lot of confidence and said, "It's okay, you will manage. I am very confident on you. Don't worry. I will like speak to dad. I will convince dad." It was a huge surprise. I was like, "Arey wah." But so family is like a backbone. So till date, see, first trip they were very worried how I will manage, whether I'll come back safe. And it's 10 days. I don't know the language. I have no clue on how to speak in Marwadi. So my parents were like, thoda to dard hai. But then after a while, I think after 2-3 trips, they become super comfortable. And now it's been 6 years. So yeah. So family is like the biggest support, and having family as your backbone is very, very important.
निवि, आप ट्रैवलर हैं, तो आपने कई जगह ऐसी विजिट करी होंगी जो अलग अलग तरीके से विचित्र होंगी, जो अलग ही होंगी. इंडिया, क्योंकि आप जानते हैं एक अलग कंट्री है, हर जगह हर 20 किलोमीटर पे यहाँ पे लैंग्वेज चेंज हो जाती है. तो ऐसी कोई जगह है जहां आप गए हो और आपको लगा हो कि यार मुझे यहाँ वापस आना पड़ेगा और इसको और थोड़ा एक्सप्लोर करना पड़ेगा? ऐसी कोई जगह आपको याद हो या आप गए हो?
अरे यार, all the places are like that only, where you want to go back to see it better. For me personally, Kashmir is like very, very beautiful, and Kashmir is my favorite also, apart from Andaman. I've been to Kashmir twice, and I've been to Andaman thrice. So when you keep going back to the place, you always discover something new. That is the beauty of the place that you fall in love with. So there is always something new for you to pick up from each place. See, I've been to even Rajasthan twice. I've been to even Jaisalmer twice. But personally, I think Kashmir has my heart.
Oh, okay. India's crown. आपका दिल जीत के
Yeah.
रख लिया है इस क्राउन ने। तो मैं ये भी पूछना चाहूंगी कि अपार्ट फ्रॉम साउथ इंडिया, आपने नॉर्थ इंडिया भी ट्रेवल किया होगा, वेस्ट इंडिया भी ट्रेवल किया होगा, तो आपको ऐसी कौन सी जगह गए हो आप और आपको वहां पे शांति और अपनत्व महसूस हुआ हो, मतलब एक फीलिंग ऑफ बिलोंगिंगनेस वहां पे आप फील हुआ हो कि यार देयर इज पीस हियर, यहाँ पे बहुत पीस है, यहाँ शांति है, यहाँ पे बहुत अपनापन भी लगा है मुझे, ऐसी कौन सी जगह है जो आपने ट्रेवल करी?
I think it is always the mountains, Himalayas. See, personally, for me, that has always been a beautiful place. It just brings in that calmness. Himachal pe, I've seen almost all the places. I love Spiti. Spiti pe, I did winter trip. So winter trip pe, logon to nahi aayega. So nobody comes in winter. So it's just you, the mountains and snow. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience to live. And that is one place I will definitely suggest all the viewers also. Please go visit Spiti. It is truly, truly beautiful.
As a like क्या होता है कई बार औरतें लाइक ग्रुप में भी ट्रैवल करती है, अपनी फ्रेंड्स के साथ भी ट्रैवल करती हैं, एजेड भी होती हैं, कई यंग भी होती है, कई मेरी तरह भी होती हैं, तो आप उनके लिए क्या कहना चाहेंगे कि वाइल ट्रैवलिंग इन अ ग्रुप कहाँ सबसे पहले फॉर द बिगिनिंग कहाँ जाए, मतलब शुरुआत करने के लिए कहाँ जाए या कैसे करे, या टूल किट क्या होना चाहिए आपके पास, क्या आपके पास यू नो skills होनी चाहिए जो आप यूज कर सकते हैं while traveling?
Okay. So when you're starting a trip on a group trip, always choose a place that is closer to your destination. You don't have to do a 10-day trip or like a 15-day trip. Even if you do a 2-day trip, it is good enough. I started on group trips only. I started with a very close friend circle of mine, with a childhood friend. And I did only a Saturday weekend ka trip hai. So that also from Bangalore, we can go probably in 8-9 hours and come back on a Monday. You leave on a Friday night and come back on a Monday morning. So that's how I started. And I started with 10 people. So initially you get to see how you are with people. You get to make friends. You see how to travel and whether do you even like traveling with people and whether can you adjust their food and all these things you will learn. And once you are confident is when you make a bigger trip. So this would be my go-to suggestion. If you're someone who's never traveled, who's never stepped out of home and are like getting scared, why should I travel solo? Start with a group, start with a family. These days, if it doesn't even work, there are so many groups here, so many websites here, package trips here. So just log in, sign up for them. Take something which is very cost effective. See, from Maharashtra, from Mumbai, Western Ghat, so very, very good options are there. You can do Lonavala, there are so many options. Just do a weekend car trip and come back. You'll meet a lot of people, you'll become friends. And then you'll fall in love with travel.
हाँ, तो जैसे कि आपने फ्रेंड्स मेंशन किया, दोस्त मेंशन करे, दोस्तों का आपने नाम लिया है, तो मैं ये पूछना चाहूंगी निवि जी कि कई बार मैंने ऐसी कहानियां सुनी है कि लोग सफर करते वक्त दोस्त बना लेते हैं, तो आपके ऐसे कोई इंस्टेंसेस, ऐसे कोई एक्सपीरियंस, अनुभव रहे होंगे कि जिनके साथ आपकी दोस्ती हुई, सफर करते वक्त आप उनको नहीं जानते थे, दोनों अजनबी थे और फिर एक सफर के साथ आपकी दोस्ती की शुरुआत हुई और अभी तक चल रही है, ऐसा कुछ इंस्टेंस?
Of course. Especially I can proudly say I have friends from across the world.
Wow.
Yeah, I have met people, especially on travel. Since I also travel solo a lot, I did Korea, South Korea. I went alone, and I met a lot of people, and I met a bunch of friends even in Philippines. That girl is an Indonesian. I met her in the hostel. The first day evening, I bumped into her. She lives in America. So she's an Indonesian who's who's raised in the US. So we became friends, and then we met another group of 10 people in the hostel, like from US, UK, and all these places. Now it's been 2 years, and she's still in touch. We've become very good friends where we even planned to travel to other countries together. So another person who's been very close to me, she's become a really good part of my life. Her name is Jen. She's again a Filipino girl. And I met her in Bali through traveling. And we became very good friends. She has a 7-year-old daughter. And when I went to Philippines, I was staying with her in her house. and she traveled with me. All this is because just travel. We just met on the road and then we became friends. And now it's been like, I've known Jen for almost 3 years now. And we share everything. She's become like a huge part of both our lives. I wouldn't have even imagined something like this. So all thanks to travel.
जी, तो जैसे कि आपने बताया कि आपने अब्रॉड भी ट्रैवल किया हुआ है, तो आप क्या अंतर देखती हैं इंडियन विमेन ट्रैवल ब्लॉगर्स में और अब्रॉड विमेन ट्रैवल ब्लॉगर्स या ट्रैवलर्स में, सोलो ट्रैवलर्स हो, ग्रुप ट्रैवलर्स हो, क्या आप डिफरेंस देखती हैं उनमें? और
see, lot of Western travelers, Europe or American travelers, or any of the Western countries, they travel a lot because their country gives them a lot of benefits. They can just backpack and come, and they do not have a lot of people's judgment. So this travel has become a big thing in the West over the last couple of years. India pe we do travel. A lot of women solo travelers, a lot of my friends do travel solo to other countries from India. That also is there, but it is a growing community because at the end of the day, society, so that happens.
थोड़ा acceptance आने में time लगता
है. It will take time.
Yeah,
because initially our family has to accept, oh, how can you say that your daughter is traveling solo? Because my parents have faced it. My relatives have asked, like, Arey, why will she travel solo? What is the problem? So ये तो problem है. So for a period of time, things have changed. But then there should be more people, more Indian women out there exploring. That would be my one wish.
जी, तो इस निवि जी, इस सुपर वुमन कैंपेन के तहत आप नव भारत के द्वारा नव भारत के दर्शकों को क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगी?
Please be brave. Wish you a very, very happy Women's Day. And thank you so much for having me. And I really hope women out there build their confidence. And the world is so beautiful. There are good humans in the world. And only when you step out of your comfort zone, you will see how much and how big the world is. So that would be my message. And yeah.
तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया निवि जी हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए, और मैं हूं अनुष्का नव भारत से। मिलते रहेंगे इसी तरह इसी सीरीज में, इसी कैंपेन के तहत और नई सुपर वुमेन्स के साथ। थैंक यू एंड हैप्पी वुमेन्स डे।
थैंक यू।